Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of The Rosy Life. So, today I wanted to go live, and I've been kind of mixing it up going live and doing some videos, but I wanted to go live because I'm sitting here and I am recording. So, it's custom sleep meditations. That's what I do on Sundays. And so, for those of you who have signed up, I'm recording today. So I wanted to take a little break. So you'll get yours really soon. But I wanted to take a little break in between because I'm reading and doing some email coaching responses right now as well. And I noticed this coming up in several of the coaching emails that I'm doing right now. And one of those things is about what happens when you change self concept. I want to talk to you guys about what that could look like for you. Not everybody, but what I see a lot of common threads. And this is how you know you're changing. And also, is coaching right for you? Because, oh gosh, I was like, wow, like really surprised to hear how some people have put off actually getting coaching and the reasons behind it. And I'm like, what the hell? Is this what people are listening to off other YouTubers and coaches? So I'm going to address this. I think it's so important. So for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Rose, and I am a success and confidence coach. And I love to help people awaken to who they truly are and accept that so that you can actually manifest the life that you want, or have the business or the relationship or build whatever it is that you want for yourself. Okay. So, hello, Miko. Okay, so let's get to two things. First of all, I want to talk really briefly about coaching. So the why I'm going to bring this up really quick, and then I want to get into self concept because I think the self concept thing is so important because there's so much that happens and changes, and not all of it is like fun. I'm going to be honest with you, and I want to talk about what that looks like, and it'll be very helpful as you're changing your self concept, right? But the coaching thing came up again today. Somebody said that they were, because I asked several questions when you do email coaching with me, or if you want a custom sleep meditation, I ask very specific questions that I want answered. And I always address in the questions about avoidance, right? It's like what it is that you might be avoiding in your life. And I word it a different way, but anyway, one thing that comes up a lot is people avoiding getting coaching because they say that they hear from a lot of law of attraction or law of assumption teachers that you don't need a coach and that you can do this all yourself and that you shouldn't have to pay for this and that it's all free. Yes, yes, and yes, and yes, and yes to all of those things. Yes, you do not need a coach. Yes, you could do all this on your own. And yes, hello, everything's free. Like, even if there were not one single coach on here, there is a ton of free Neville Goddard book and lectures on Alan Watts, Joseph Murphy. There's so many, Bentino, Massaro. There's so many out there that you can listen to for free. And so you don't need it. Okay. But here's the thing. I always say, like, first of all, I do a disclaimer. I get coaching. I've always gotten, in the past, I always did therapy. And then now I do coaching. I do coaching for my business and I do spiritual coaching. And I am just very selective on who I will invest my money and time with. But one thing I will do is I will always invest my money and time with a coach because that is exactly how I leveled up. That is exactly how I was able to manifest amazing things in my life because I learned to get out of my way. So, the kind of coach that you want to work with, that depends on you. It's like, who do you resonate with and who do you feel like, these are my beliefs, these are my standards for selecting a coach to work with, is who do you resonate with, who speaks your language, like you could actually understand what the hell they're saying and they're not fluffing it and adding stuff. One, that's very important for me. I have to relate to you, okay? And two, is this person saying that there's only one way, that you got to follow their way, and that because of their experience, this is how it works. So this is how their clients are getting their way. Because to me, it's like a cat food, right? It's like a cat food video where you are getting like lured into watching, and then they post a shit ton of like, oh yeah, look, it's working for all these people, right? If someone's telling you that their way is the best way, and that is better than anyone else, I would run. Okay. Because here's the thing, you are unique. I'm unique. We're all unique. And I talk about the things that, yes, that work, that have worked for my clients, that worked for me. And even though then when you work with me, I don't tell you that there's a certain way that you have to do it, a certain way that you manifest, because that is a lie. That is a freaking lie. Okay. So there is not a certain way, there's not certain things that you have to do to manifest. You are unique. You are God. You make your own rules. You are the one that's calling all the shots. You are the one that gets to decide how you manifest. And if anybody tells you anything otherwise, me personally, I would freaking run. Okay. Because what I got caught up in that years ago, and I kept trying to manifest the way that these coaches or these people or books, whatever, would tell me to do, that I need to do this and this is how it works for them. So that it has to work for me. And then they would have a ton of success stories. And I'm like, oh, it must be working because look at all their success stories. Well, guess what? It might have worked for them. It doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Okay. What you want to do is find what works for you. You want to work with someone that will help you discover what works for you, will help you accept who you are. And this is why I talk about the beginning of my videos, that I help people get out of their own way and awaken their own self and accept who they are, because that is the key. Is you want to accept who you are, accept your manifesting design, power, way of manifesting things. Okay. Because if you are trying to manifest the way that someone else is telling you to do, like a coach is saying, okay, you got to do this, you got to do this, and you got to do this, right? And you do it and you know you're doing it, and you know, then what happens? People get frustrated, they get pissed off, they don't see results. And then they beat themselves over the head. They feel frustrated. They feel depressed and anxious. They get mad and they keep trying to do it over and over and over and over again. And you're beating your head against a wall. If it's not working that way, it's because it's not meant for you. It's not how you are. So if it's not how you naturally are, then why the hell would you do it? Don't do it that way. So this person that is doing some coaching with me, she said that she didn't want to reach out because she was told by many coaches and YouTubers that you're not supposed to ask for help, because you should do it yourself, and that you asking for help, that it indicates that you don't know what you're doing or you don't have what you want already, so that you shouldn't be talking about what your issues are or what you're manifesting with another person. Bullshit. Right? That is keeping yourself trapped. If you feel trapped and you're stuck and can't see what it is that you're doing, that is where an outside person like a coach can help you see what it is that you keep repeating in your mind. Like literally, like I said, I still work with coaches, and well, with a coach, and I do that because sometimes we get so in our head. Oh my God, we can get so stuck in our head that we can't even see what we're doing. And it's not on purpose. It's not because you're broken or you need to fix yourself or none of that. This is how head heavy people are. And what I mean head heavy is we get stuck in our minds thinking about everything, instead of allowing things to be, allowing ourselves to show up, allowing ourselves to manifest the way that we do it. And so we try when you feel efforting and you're trying and you're forcing, you're doing techniques and you're making yourself focus and you're making yourself do lists and you're making yourself, you're making yourself like do things that aren't natural to you and that you wouldn't do, then don't do them. That means you're head heavy. That means you're stuck in the trying. Manifesting is not about trying and forcing and efforting. Manifesting is who you are, is what we do. It's natural. So if you're doing something that doesn't feel natural to you, then don't do it. Okay. So coaching actually helps so much. It's worth your freaking investment. If I don't care if it's with me or not. If it's with me, I'd love you. But if it's not, go find someone that resonates with you. But coaching has like literally helped me tremendously. So there is a space. And the reason why you're on my YouTube channel is because you are seeking an answer that I obviously have to give you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So, what I trust completely in my higher self that whatever I say is always going to be meant for whoever's watching. I trust completely in my higher self to give me the information that I speak. So, I already know that. So, uh, okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is self concept. So, when we are changing our self concept, it's not always going to be one, it's not always going to be fast. Now, these are my beliefs, okay, and what I've lived and what I've seen other people go through, and I still do, okay. And I'm okay not speeding up changing my self concept. I am okay with it because I get to learn, I get to see how I evolve, and I get to see the changes and actually like enjoy the changes. Okay. So you can manifest it to be fast or easy or whatever, and that's cool. And it doesn't have to be painful, it doesn't have to be difficult. Okay. But here are some of the things that I want you to notice and how you know you're changing your self concept. Okay. Because a lot of people think, again, head heavy, think heavy, right? They think they're changing the self concept, but they're not seeing results and they're not feeling any different. Okay. And this happens a lot to people that think that, oh, all I have to do is sleep with a sleep meditation and that's it. Because there's some people going around saying that that's all you have to do is sleep with a nighttime meditation and that's it. That's all you have to do. Nope. Nope. Not in my experience. I haven't seen that happen. Sleep meditations are amazing to help you with core beliefs, okay? But you, right, have inner work to do. The only thing that you need to do, or not even need to do, but the only thing that you're wanting to do, any work involved, is the inner work. Okay, it's nothing on the outside. You don't have to bathe differently. You don't have to work out differently. You don't have to walk differently. It's the inner work that happens. That is the only work that you need to do. Okay. So when you're changing your self concept, right, initially it's going to feel like if you are typically a person that writes if you typically write with your right hand, right? If you ever tried writing with the opposite hand, how's that feel? A little awkward, right? Feels a little different, feels strange. And it's the same thing when you're changing your self concept, right? You might feel like if you went from you not feeling good enough or not feeling worthy or not feeling confident, right? And you've been so freaking comfortable with that because you've been doing it forever, right? It then all of a sudden you're writing with your left hand or you're saying, I'm worthy, I'm confident, I am good enough. I am validated. I am prioritized. It feels weird. Like literally your body will feel like you're not feeling it or it feels awkward, right? And your mind will start telling you bullshit stories like that's not true. This is a lie. This isn't working, blah, blah, blah. Your mind will start doing that kind of little game on you, okay? Because it's new, because it's different. This is normal, okay? This is totally normal. Your job is to not fall for the little mind tricks of the ego trying to tell you like, no, this isn't true, this is hard, this isn't working, this isn't how you have to do it, blah blah blah. It'll say all this stuff to you and your body's going to be like, hey, stop doing that, stop saying that stuff, it feels weird, right? It's okay. Your job is just to observe the body and observe what the mind is trying to tell you. So your job is to persist. It's like, no, this is what I want. I choose this. I want to feel amazing. I want to feel good. I want to feel good enough. I am worthy. I already have everything in here. So now I'm just declaring that it is mine. Okay. So remember, we have everything. We have the whole universe inside of us, meaning we have all the desires, all our beliefs, all our wants, all our feelings, all the things that we'd rather be experiencing. We already have it within here. And now what we're doing is we're declaring it, claiming it, aligning with it, assuming it, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so that is what you're doing, but that initially it feels awkward. It feels different when you're changing your self concept. Okay. The other thing too is you might lose friends. Yep. I have to come on here and talk about this. Like you might lose some friends. because they don't connect with you anymore, because let's say that you are used to being in relationships where you stuff your feelings, or maybe you're a pleaser, or maybe you're a reactor and you're always arguing with people, right? And now you're changing your self-concept of yourself, and your friends or your family or the people in your life that have known you way, the old version of you, and all of a sudden you're just saying this stuff and you're not even trying on purpose because it's no effort, right? You're just affirming or visualizing this new version of yourself, and all of a sudden you start behaving different or reacting different or talking different, and they're like, what the hell's going on? Why are you acting different? Why are you talking different? What's going on? I'm not used to this. You might make them uncomfortable or make them look at you like, what is happening? Because this is like transitioning, right? You're going from one self-concept to the other, right? And because we have bought into the whole thing of time, we're not going to see us and all our people in our life completely different in 1 second. Okay. So because we have bought into this time as linear thing, we're going to see a progression of things, but really it's happening is instant. But that's another video. So, but let's get back to, so you might lose friends that won't align with this new concept of yourself. You might, or they might change and come and rise to meet you where your new self-concept is, right? Be okay either way. And be okay with the friends stepping away, or be okay if they align. That is not your problem. And it's not for you to figure out. It's not for you to fix them or solve them or bring them in, right? Be okay. Why do I say be okay with it? Because that is allowing everything that's happening to happen, right? And it's okay if they have to step away because they don't align with you right now. And just know that they might turn around and come back into your life already aligned with a new version of you. Okay. They might disappear for a minute or two, and be okay with it. Just allow it, because your higher self knows exactly where you are, exactly what you need in this moment all the time. And you will be introduced to new people, new friends. Same thing with, if you are changing your self concept, right? And this is about a SP related thing, right? A romantic person, right? Then be okay with that person stepping away or not being around right now, because you are changing your self concept, right? So, if you're manifesting something, I hope that you guys aren't manifesting your old relationships back, okay? Because hello, why would you want that so that you can start all over and do the whole manifesting thing again? Like, you can if you want to, but I don't recommend it. So you want to change your self-concept. So be okay with this person not being around right now while you're becoming the version of yourself that you desire to be, that keeps relationships, that is happy with her or himself, that is confident and feels good enough and worthy, right? Be okay while you're doing this. So when this person actually comes back into your life, they're going to be aligned with you, with a version, the concept of you, because they have to. All right. So you don't want the old, you want the new, right? You want the new because the new is what is cool. It sticks, it stays, it's sustainable, it's healthy, it's wonderful. So I'm totally okay when I'm going through a purge, an emotional purge of a self-concept, because I work on myself. Like, I look at myself, I look at my beliefs all the time. I'm like, ew, I don't want that. So I'm like, okay, without judgment, I'm just going to change this. All right. But I also notice when I'm changing my self-concept that things start shifting around, people start moving around, and I have learned to be okay with it. I'm like, I'm good. I'm okay. I can react. I can say, you know what, this isn't okay. I can set boundaries, and I'm like, no, I'm not treated this way. I love you. And if you need to take some time so we can talk about it, that's fine. I'm okay with all of that. Like, I verbalize where I'm at, but I'm okay with whatever's happening. I accept it. I'm allowing, because I already know that it's happening, because everything's aligning for me with my end desire, with my whatever it is that I'm manifesting. So I'm totally okay if people step away or come in. I allow them to come in, I allow them to leave. I don't hold anything or anyone in place. I'm very like allowing. And it's like Think of it like if you have, I think I've said this before, it's like if you have a tight fist on a manifestation, right? It's like you're not allowing it, right? But if you're, and then the opposite of that is like, fine, I don't get to keep it, I don't get to have it, right? It's like, no, that feels really sucky, right? What you want is like kind of like a holding, like holding something, right? So I don't have a tight fist, but I'm not like letting it go. I'm just like holding it. It's like I would love it, right? I would love it, but I don't have to have it, right? It's okay where it is. And it just feels very like free, right? So when you're going through self-concept change, you're going to notice that people come in. The other thing you're going to notice is you're emotional. You might be up and down. You might go on an emotional roller coaster, right? One day you might feel like in this darkness, like, oh my God, it's like you want to cry and hide under your blankets because all these old beliefs are revealing to you, and you're just like, ugh, I don't want these beliefs anymore. And you're like, another freaking belief. It's like, ugh, okay, it's okay. And other days you might feel really sad, like you might even feel like victimized and like the whole world's against you. And go ahead and cry and just allow it to be there. Cry, do whatever you got to do, right? And then all of a sudden you'll be happy, and then you'll feel good and optimistic, like everything. You're like, finally, I'm free from all that crap. Okay, cool. Yes, I'm cool. And then you'll notice, like, maybe an hour or 2 weeks later, you'll be like, what the hell? Why am I here in this light? Why am I here in this low part? Right? This is so common. And this is actually also not just changing your self-concept, but also very common when you have any kind of spiritual awakening, right? Where you're going on your journey and you're learning of who you are and your power, and that everyone is you pushed out, everyone is your beliefs pushed out, and you're just like, oh my God, all these things are happening. So it's totally normal for you to feel like you're a little all over the place in some ways. You might be motivated one day to like clean the house and create a business plan and start a business and do all this stuff. And then another day you're just like, I don't want to get off the couch. That's all I got. And that's okay too, because I've done all that, right? So be okay with whatever is going and just listen and allow. Don't fight it. Allow it. Allow it. So changing your self-concept, the it's all bringing you, it's like reorganizing, and you are being guided into what it is that you truly desire, the version of you that has these things. So not always. I'm not saying this happens always, okay? And there's been times where I've changed things about my self-concept that were just like really quick. And I was like, oh my God, that was it? It's like, yeah, totally. And you'll notice a big change, right? So be okay with all of it. It may happen, it may not happen. Just ride the wave, okay? Ride the wave. Don't fight it. Don't quite, why am I doing this? Why am I feeling this? Why did I have this dream, right? Why are that person talking to me like this? I've been working on my self-concept and I've been feeling good enough. And why are they doing this to me? It's like, be okay with all of it, and understand that your higher self has your back and is helping you, organizing you, supporting you, rearranging everything for you. So just ride the wave and cry, get mad, be happy, get motivated, not motivated, whatever it is that you're feeling, just be okay. Be okay with all of it, and trust that you are being divinely protected. You are being divinely guided. And the more that you allow yourself to just flow with it, the faster you're going to see the changes, the faster you're going to see how much easier life becomes. And it is practice. I'm not going to sit here and lie to your faces and tell you that this is easy, because some days it's so easy and other days it feels like a bitch. Okay. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it's just like, what the hell? But I remind myself, I'm like, no, I'm going to trust in my higher self that is guiding me, divinely guiding me. And I know that I'm okay no matter what. And no matter what, people will float out, people will float in, money might float out, money might float in, right? Whatever, just weird shit will happen. Just be okay with all of it and trust it doesn't matter. So, so I hope that video was helpful, because I talked about why my clients are talking to me about, like, they were afraid of getting coaching and why it's so important. I think everybody should have a coach, and to level up. And because I have leveled up seriously ever since I allowed myself to invest in coaching. And I'm not talking just one session coaching. Like, I have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on coaching for myself. And man, I do not regret it one bit, because it will help me open up my eyes so much to how it was stopping myself. And so much so that, and many of you guys know I'm a therapist too. And so I have my graduate degrees in therapy and metaphysical therapy, and I'm an ordained pastor, but for metaphysical church. But why I love it so much is because I see people change so much, so fast, so much faster than I did with therapy. I see people empowered, and I see people's lives change, and their family, their friends, their whole life changes. So, and this is the reason why I'm also starting. I'm going to be open. I'm still finishing it up, and I'm going to be opening up really soon. Sign-ups, if you're interested, email me. I'm going to be opening up really soon my coaching program to teach you. It doesn't matter. You don't need any experience, any degrees, nothing to be a coach of any kind. And I'm going to be opening a program, and I'm going to teach you my psychology background and my coaching training, everything that I've learned. And I'm going to teach you how to be a coach and how to set up your own business to coach. And so if you're interested, you can email me at rose@roseylife.com for that. All right. And then I talked about shifting your self-concept, what that looks like. It's not all like red roses and pink butterflies and all that crap. Sometimes it is, okay? And sometimes it's not. And it's okay. It's normal. Receive it. Say, okay, it sucks. It sucks. Right now, it feels like it sucks, but I'm going to trust it's okay. Let's see if you guys have any questions. Can you talk about what to do when you can't seem to get out of old patterns? I think I just talked about all that. It's your self-concept. If you're feeling stuck in a pattern, it's because you are focusing on the external and not the internal. And that's another thing. And the other part of that too, it could be, is that you're too stuck in your head. If you're stuck in a cycle and a pattern, and you feel like you're in a rut, like same shit, different day, you are too stuck in your head. And when I personally am stuck in my head, and when I work with my clients that are stuck in their head, I tell them to change it all up. Like, literally start moving shit around in your house, start wearing different perfume color, do your hair differently, eat something different, eat with your left hand, walk backwards to the bathroom. Like, be as goofy as hell with yourself as you can, even if you're like, what the hell is this going to do? Right? Like, one day my son was talking to me about, he was really like anxious about, a recording with this celebrity rap star, which that's a manifestation I'll talk about another time when it's done. And he was so anxious he couldn't stop thinking about it, and he kept going, and talking. And then I finally said, I'm going to suggest that you do something right now. And I said, and he said, what? And I said, it's going to help you a lot. And he said, what? And I said, just trust me. I said, just go do it. And he's like, okay, what? And I said, go on Amazon and look for new pet diapers for your dog, and order your new work shoes. And he looked at me, he's like, what? I said, yeah, just go do it. And then he did it, and he went from super in his head anxious to, he's like looking in Amazon, he's like, what did I do? I just gave his mind something completely different to do. And when he went and did that, he was able to come back and calmly talk about what it is that he needed to do. Like, he shifted like that. So why I'm sharing that little story with you is, if you feel stuck, right, then go do some random, completely different ass shit. Like, literally anything. Just anything you can do differently. Go walk in a new neighborhood. Go ride a bike if you normally walk, right? Walk if you normally ride a bike. Just do anything different. Go order to eat something that you never would order. Go out and go to the store and get a beverage that you would normally never in a million drink. Like, get your senses involved, right? Bite into a lemon. I mean, these are all random weird things, I know, but I know they work. Why? Because all you have to do is send a message to your mind. We aren't thinking about this anymore. We don't do the same shit anymore. I'm instructing you now. We're going to be doing different things now. Because as soon as you shift your focus onto something new like that, your mind now starts a new train of thought that has nothing to do with whatever it is that you were feeling stuck on. So give it a go. Uh, hey, the sounds you're writing with your non-dominant hand is friggin' genius. Yeah, I know it is. It's like, it really is. Like anything that you try new, it feels weird at first, right? Anything, it feels weird. When I first learned how to, when I was teaching myself how to speak French, I speak fluent Spanish too. And because my mom's Guatemalan, and I wanted to speak French, and I thought it was going to be easy because it's another Latin language. I'm like, hell no, the R is so different. And I literally practiced the R for so long because I'm like, why can't I get it? And it's like, that's the other thing I recommend. If you feel stuck, go learn a new language. Literally, like you can do it on your phone for free, or YouTube videos free, right? Go learn a new language. You will literally get out of your head completely. You're going to be like, what the hell are they saying? How am I saying this? What are they saying? Your mind is going to be because your mind can't continue down the same train of thought if you give it something new. Okay. So give it something new. Even if you did for example, learning a new language, if you said, I'm going to do this for 30 minutes every day, that's 30 minutes that you're not thinking about a manifestation, and you want to keep that up. And then you just keep building momentum. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's so blissful when you change your self-concept. Or the old people will try to knock on your door just see if they can find you on the old patterns. Yep, that's true. That's so true. So true. Trying my best to feel good and changing my self-concept. Then why is that I feel good 3 days, but I'm down for a day? What to do? Yeah, Sonia, if you came in late, just watch the video again because I talk about all of that. The goal isn't for you to feel good every day. If you try to keep that up, you're going to go crazy. That is like not humanly possible. It's not friggin' humanly possible to feel good all day long every day, and that you have to do it, and then you have to like do things that make you feel good all day long. It's like bullshit. It is like, that is called cuckoo, okay? Because you are human. You're God in a human body, and if you were not supposed to feel your negative feelings, or mad, glad, sad, anxious, stressed, whatever, if you are not meant to feel those feelings, then we would have not been downloaded those feelings to begin with. Think about it. Why the hell do we have them if we're not supposed to feel them? So feel them. That's what my last couple of videos have been about too. Nikki, I'm doing my best to work on my self-concept. It just seems like he's becoming more distant now because you're focused on him, not you. You're like, you can tell yourself, if you don't watch my video from the beginning, you can tell yourself all day long that you're focused on your self-concept and on yourself, but your mirror, meaning what is happening to you, is not lying. If no one's cheating you, no one's forgotten about you, no, your world, your experience is literally what is showing you where your dominant focus is. So if you are like doing your self-concept work like 5% or 20% of the time or whatever, but the majority of the day you're walking around thinking of old stories, old patterns, and you're stuck and you're not moving forward, you're not letting go of the past, and you're not open to receiving new and the unknown, okay, your life is going to show you more shit of what you don't like, more of the same story. So the only way to get out of that is you. You are the only way that you can get out of it. And you are the one guiding and directing everything that is happening in your life. And I know that is sometimes difficult to hear, but it literally is you. It literally is you. So watch the whole video if you missed a lot of it about what you can be doing differently. Let's see. There's always a light towards the end of the dark tunnel. I know, I have faith. Yes. Well, yeah. And the light is already here. You are the light. Get that? You are the light of the tunnel. at the end of the tunnel, in the tunnel, at the beginning of the tunnel. You are the light. You are the source of it. No one's doing anything to any of you. No one's doing anything to us. We're the ones causing it. And the faster you start reminding yourself of like, I'm the one causing this, not to beat myself up or to be mean to myself or to be frustrated with myself, right? It's like, no, I'm going to how about I slow the freaking boat down? If you're feeling stuck, another thing you can do is slow the freaking boat down. Okay. Meaning stop the manifesting, stop the techniques, stop the visualizing, stop all of it. Literally slow it down and allow yourself to feel what you got to feel. One, two, start looking around at what is in your life and start finding gratitude in what is in front of you. Okay. Literally, these things slow you down so that you can feel okay. People are trying to like do things, do lists, and do things to make them feel good, elevate their vibration or feel better or whatever. And while those are all wonderful, part of emotional health and mentally health and being stable emotionally is allowing yourself to experience your emotions. So if you're having a crap day today, then freaking feel your feelings, right? Just feel them. It's nothing's going to happen if you feel your feelings. And nothing's going to happen if you cry. Nothing's going to happen if you get angry and punch your pillow, or if you yell at the cat for peeing on the bed, or I don't know, whatever, right? Bad's going to happen to you. So just allow yourself and tell yourself, it's okay that I have these feelings. God gave me these freaking feelings so that I can feel them. So I'm feeling them, damn it. And I can feel them. If I wasn't supposed to feel them and they get in the way, then why do I have them? Okay. I'm here to have them. They also are helpful. You want to get familiar with your negative emotions, right? You want to get familiar with them so that when they bubble up, like insecurity, jealousy, um, anything that you feel, lack of self-esteem or confidence, right? You want to feel those. You want to get familiar with them. Why? Because when they come up, then you know what's happening. You know what's going on. And you're like, okay, this is happening. This is going on. This is what insecure feels like. This is what, like, admit it to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Admit it. This is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling whatever it is that you're feeling, and say, it's okay that I feel this. And the more that I recognize those emotions and I learn to allow them and I learn that they don't have any power, I become very stable. I become very emotionally stable. I don't have to put myself on a timer. I'm only allowed to feel. Somebody, I don't know what YouTuber said this. They said you only can time yourself for a certain amount of minutes to cry. Why? Because if you just time yourself, it's like you're not a robot. You're not a freaking microwave that you can only feel sad for 20 minutes or whatever. Okay. You are not a robot. You're not a machine. Let yourself feel it and let it go through, because I know you guys have had a good cry. And after the good cry, you feel better. You felt lighter, right? Because it's even the body's biological chemistry to release stress through tears, because you stuff emotion. So it's the body's natural way of discarding stress to help you. Your body's trying to help you. So let your body do it. Okay. Let's see. So it's not strange that old. I missed it. So it's not strange that old self-concept creeps in after months of sleeping with affirmations. Everything was great until I fell in love and my old SE crept back in, but I know he will back. Okay, so the only thing that I don't know your whole story, obviously, but just by reading what I wrote, it's like that you were changing your self-concept just to get something, or you change your self-concept just long enough to get something. Self-concept is lifelong, guys, gals. This isn't a technique, okay? Self-concept is not a tool. It's not a trick. It's not magic. It's not. Self-concept is a commitment and dedication to you for the rest of your life. Because if you were working on your self-concept and you manifested someone to come into your life, why the hell would you stop it? Why would you give up on yourself like that? Don't give up on that ever. Don't ever give up on you. Always make yourself a priority. Always choose yourself. always make you the number one, even if it pisses people off at the beginning. Like I said, because people will feel weird when you're changing your self-concept. So just sign up to always make your concept of yourself the priority, because that is your power. Even Neville Goddard said, if you change a conception of yourself, your world would automatically change. No effort, no trying. Change a conception of yourself. In other words, I modernized, Neville Goddard spoke very beautifully and eloquently and very biblical, right? But a little bit too head heavy for people. Think of change your self concept, what it means. It's like you're changing your image of yourself, your self image. You're checking yourself to ask yourself, do I have low self confidence, right? Do I have low self esteem? Do I think I'm ugly? Do I criticize myself? Do I ridicule myself? Do I call myself stupid? Do I think other people shouldn't be trusted? Do I think that the world is evil and not safe? Do I think that, women cheat or men are gold diggers or whatever? That's what he's saying. Change a conception of yourself, right? What am I doing? How am I putting myself down? How am I beating myself up internally? How do I see myself when I look in the mirror? What am I saying to myself, right? All of those things. That's what self-concept is. Don't make self-concept some big thing, right? It's literally everything that I did in therapy. What people saw me in therapy for is lack of self-esteem, lack of confidence, overthinking. That's all concept of yourself. Okay. So that is what you're doing. You're doing the inner work. It's almost like it's going to sound weird, but it's almost like manifesting has forced everyone to go get psychological help, right? Like in a weird way, it's like everybody's in therapy now. If you're a manifester, you're all like in some kind of spiritual therapy, is what it feels like, because that's all this is like changing your core beliefs, right? Changing about that you're wanted, that you're good enough, and that you're worthy, right? And you are changing yourself, how you see yourself and how others see you. That's what people go to therapy for. Let me tell you, I did it for over a decade. I have spent thousands of hours with clients just in therapy, and not including all the coaching that I've done already, right? I know what people go to therapy for, whether it's couples or individuals or families. I did them all. And I did little 4-year-olds all the way up to 80-year-olds. And guess what? Yes, I even saw a 78-year-old man who didn't know how to love himself. So that's all therapy. So think about it. This is all we're doing. Self-concept is you are becoming the best version of you. And like the universe wants all of us to be the best versions of ourselves so we can have a wonderful life that we get to choose. Okay. Uh, yeah, so why do these seem to be going on the opposite of what I want? I already talked about that. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just telling yourself that you're doing something wrong. So tell yourself, I totally made this up. I am totally making it up that I'm doing something wrong. And the reason, watch the beginning of the video. I explain about why a lot of people think they're doing something wrong, because they keep following the same or different YouTubers, or following a coach telling them that you have to do it this way. And if you don't do it, you're not going to see results. And if you're not seeing results, it's because you still haven't done it, right? It may not be for you. Okay. It may not be for you. Do you, boo. Don't do anyone else. Do you. Do you. There is no guaranteed certain way of manifesting. You know the best way for you to manifest. And you just got to learn how to get out of your own way with all these stories that you keep making up. That's all we're doing. We're getting out of our own way and allowing. So the more you allow, the easier this is for you. Let's see. Nikki, old patterns always pops up. Your mind will push you back. Yeah. Let's see. When I surrendered and focused on me, 24 hours later, he appeared, just calls me out of the blue. I swear, honestly, life stopped manifesting him. Everything cold turkey, nothing. Yeah, it's all you. Everything is you. We're not microwaves. Yes. Yeah. We aren't. It's like, God, who the hell's telling people to only cry, set a timer, and only cry or be mad for a certain amount of time, because the rest of you have to be in a good state, and you have to, that is like, whoa. we're human beings. We're not, no, it's like, you don't have to be in the on position most of the day to get what you want. I've manifested some amazing freaking shit, and I've been in like a shit mood or state or down and depressed, and I've manifested some really cool stuff. Okay. So there goes that one. I have manifested some amazing stuff, and I still do. And I'm not always at my best. Okay. Literally. And I'm just like you guys because I'm a human being. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that everything's perfect and everything's wonderful and I never have problems. It's like lies, lies, lies. No one is like that. And I can tell you, as a therapist for over a decade, that people would put on really good fronts either on TV, because yes, I saw a lot of actors and actresses, either on TV, on the news, in person, at their jobs, in relationships. And then the minute that my door closed and they sat on my couch in my office, I saw the real them. So don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Just focus on you. Focus on you. Finding what works for you. Okay. Let's see. Self-concept is self-transformation. You're choosing to be a new person entirely, and it mostly happens internally and starts bubbling up to the outside. That's right. That is exactly right, Bluebird. So semi falling in love, I started making him a priority somehow and got anxious. I didn't start this journey for him at all. Okay, Marianne. So you started getting anxious because you didn't change your self-concept and you thought that you had to do something to keep him. The only thing that you got to do is keep yourself and prioritize yourself, and everyone just follows and takes your lead. If I choose me and I value me and I set boundaries with people, because I do, all right, and sometimes it's scary. I'm like, oh my God, what if they never talk to me again? Because I set a boundary and I said, I wasn't appreciating this, that, and the other. And it depends on your intention, right? If you're doing it to control and be needy, it won't work, right? Because it'll just backfire on you. But two, if you're doing it with the intention of prioritizing yourself, respecting yourself, and you set a boundary, right? That person has to reflect that back to you, period, because you're choosing you. This is why I'm so careful with not all, I don't, with, I'm personally careful with coaches, is because years ago when I started off coaching, I was manifesting something, and and I had this innate feeling, I'm so glad I'm sharing this story. So I remember I was manifesting something and I was putting all my focus and attention on my desire. Okay. And I'm not going to share what it was because it's personal, but I was putting all my attention focus on that desire. And I was working with a couple different coaches, and then I decided to stick with one. And something in me, even working with the one coach, okay, something in me kept telling me to choose me. This is years ago. Okay, something in me told me to choose me, not the desire, that I was more important and that I chose me, and that the only focus that I needed to have was to choose me. I went to that coach, and you know what and this is a very, I'll say, popular manifestation coach. Popular because they had a huge following. I think they still do. And that coach told me that I didn't need to choose me over the desire, that I could be doing both at the same time, or that I should still focus on that thing. And I was trying to tell this person that I wanted to choose me and I wanted to focus on me, not on the desire. And they said, no, don't do that. And that literally kept me stuck for years, you guys. And I didn't see results until I chose me, until I literally did what I was internally, right, feeling. And it was like, I was feeling like I should just be choosing me and not the desire. And I chose to listen to this person because they were the expert and manifesting, supposedly, right? And I listened to them, and I got stuck for years instead of just following what my higher self was trying to guide me with. I didn't listen to me. So that's why I'm so freaking strong on my platform of trusting yourself. And if you don't know how, you learn, okay? Not all of us know how to do this. No one teaches us how to trust ourselves. We learn how to trust in ourselves. We learn how to listen to our own inspiration. We learn how to do this. If you don't know how to do it, it's all within you. All I do is guide people to awaken their authentic self and accept who you are. So that was a very important lesson for me on teaching myself to trust in me and not in someone else. And that is why you will not hear me say, here's my manifestation recipe. Here is how I manifest things. This is what works. You have to do these 5 steps or whatever, right? Or you have to do this every day. It's like, I share with you guys what I do. I share with you how I manifest things. And I share different techniques that are fun for you to play with, because all in the effort is the most important thing is for you to understand how you work and what's natural to you and what feels right to you by selecting those. But if I sit here and tell you, you have to do it this way, this is the only way it works. No, you have to put your foot down and you got to. If that's not your natural style, then it's not going to work. It's not going to work for you, because I've seen some YouTubers who are very just like, you have to, no, 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 you got to fuck this, you got to persist, and blah, blah. And I'm just like, it almost terrifies me to watch those kind of coaches, because I'm the opposite. I'm gentle and I'm soft spoken, and I don't like force, right? I'm very confident and I execute. When I want something, I go get it. But I don't do it with force. I don't have to yell. I don't have to scream at myself or push or force myself or control it. I have a different style, and I listen to me. I don't listen to what other people are doing, because when I did that, it led me down the wrong path and kept me stuck for years. So that's my experience. I have to manifest a coaching session with you so bad. I know everything will start clicking when I talk to you. Yeah, and in the email coaching too, it's like I do the 3. You can do 3 or 9, and I set it up like that on purpose, right? Where the first email, like, I send you some questions and you respond to them, and I ask those questions on purpose, and then I respond. My first response is in a video, like I upload a private video for you, and then you get the 2 follow-up emails, and I ask you to stick to one topic at a time, because people are like, I want to pass my house, my dog, a person, a job, more money, my different body, my hair, my eyes, it's like, girl or guy, we don't have time for all that in an email. It's like, so do yourself a favor, because once you figure out how it is that you manifest one thing, that's all you need to manifest everything else. Okay. So I'm very specific with the email, and then I do my one-on-one coaching, where for 90 days we meet every single week, and I'm no shit with you. Okay. I will call you out every week, and we nail and clear out any like blocks, limiting beliefs. I listen to how you speak, how you show up. I give you homework, whatever it is that you're working on. It's not just relationship, it's professional, business, all of it. And I give you clear instructions and homework, and I follow up with you in the middle of the week, and I check up on you. So for 90 days, you have me all up in your business. Okay. So that is why I do the 90 days, because that is a big transformation. And my people that do that with me, they get massive results because they believe in themselves. Okay. They know they need it. And I do the same thing. Okay. So I'm not saying that you guys don't believe in yourself. If you don't, do coaching with me. I'm not saying that, okay? But they mean business. They're ready, okay? So there's lots of free information. And like I said, you don't need it. But man, I think, in my opinion, everyone should be doing some coaching in their life on a regular basis, okay? Okay. See, okay, so sleeping with the affirmations is not enough. Let's just get that out there, okay? Sleeping with a sleep meditation of its own is not enough. I know that sounds weird when I'm saying that, but it isn't, okay? Because you are changing your core beliefs, you're helping yourself change the beliefs that you have within you, okay? But you still have to choose throughout the day what you're focused on, because no one's going to do that for you. So when you're sleeping, it's cool. You take advantage of, like, cool, if I'm going to sleep for 8 hours, I might as well put these 8 hours to work and listen to my core beliefs change. Yes, okay? But during the day, yes, you automatically start shifting, but you have to focus on whatever it is that you want still. So you still have to do the inner work. And during the day, you have to choose what you're focused on, what technique you want to use. You are making decisions still, okay? You're not going to just be a little robot not doing anything. You have to do the inner work still. And our job is to decide what we want, okay? Have clarity of what we want, and then we focus using whatever technique we want, okay? And then you decide from there. You're like, okay, am I resisting, am I allowing? Because this is the work. You have to do that work. It's like, am I allowing myself to be human? Am I resisting this crap? Am I blocking myself with these old beliefs? It's like, okay, because as you change your self-concept, shit's going to come out of like the grave, so to speak, and not to bother you, but for you to give it up, for you to deal with it, for you to let it go. It's like, okay, done. I don't want to know where it came from and how it started. That's what therapy is. Let me tell you, because I did it forever. Therapy is about digging up your old bones and trying to figure out, why did I start thinking this way? What generation started this problem? How many generations of my family have had money problems? How old was I when I first started thinking? That's therapy, okay? For you to come to the conclusion of why you're acting, feeling, or behaving the way you are. That's not what coaching is, okay? When I do coaching, it's like, no, it's like, okay, cool. We go back to the past really fast and come right back to get whatever we needed, clarity, right? And you're like, okay, now what? So that is where I start. It's like, okay, you know that. Okay, now what? Now what are we doing? All right. So if you leave your fate to sleep meditations, you will eventually get results, okay? But you're going to be like wandering lost at sea because you're not taking charge. Let's see. No more fronts, SD. No more fronts. We don't put fronts on. Be you. And if someone doesn't like it, they can kiss off, okay? If someone doesn't like what you're bringing to the table because you are working on your self-concept, you're being your authentic you, they can kiss off and they'll be back anyway. So they all come back. They all come back. I don't know why. They just like randomly come back. I still get random exes coming out of the woodworks and it's like, who is this? But just be you, unapologetically be yourself. All right. Everyone can go kick rocks if they don't like it. I like you. You can call me or you can email me, brother. I like you. Suppose I'm not in contact with someone. Obviously, I'm on the journey of always choosing myself and being the best version of myself. Does that person, who cares? Sonia, you asked a loaded question. You're like, if I do this, what are they thinking? Who cares? Who cares? That right there is showing you that you're not focused on yourself. Stop wondering what they're thinking. Who cares what they're thinking right now? It's irrelevant because where you are right now is not at the level of where you want them to come in. So you want to be in the state in the concept of yourself that they will match. So right now, who the hell cares? I don't care. Who the hell cares? Right? It's like, I'm going to be me. and they're going to freaking love me the way that I decide I am. They love me no matter what. So I don't care what the hell they're doing, what they're thinking, what they're doing. They're thinking about me. But for right now, I'm thinking more about me, because the more I think about me, the more I focus on me, the more I love me, the more I like me. Guess who else has to? It's how it is. Automatically, the world automatically conforms to you when you change the conception of yourself, like Neville said. Okay. Bluebird, I resonate with your story. Rose, what I learned from my manifesting journey is to listen to myself. And when I found you, it was like a nod from life that this is it. Aw, so happy. See, I knew I was on here. I knew I made a channel for a reason. It was for Bluebird. Honestly, I'm just like, you know what? I love coming on here. And when I do a live or do a video, I just do whatever I feel inspired to do. And I ask, I am the universe to bring whoever needs to listen to me and watch what I put out, because I know that what I'm putting out is being sought. So no one can replace me. No one can be Rose. No one can talk the way that I do, present information the way that I do. And I know that the way that I do it and say it is already being looked for and needed. So that's how I had to get over the whole competition thing, because I'm not like, oh my God, their channel's blowing up. And I'm just like, so what? No one can be me, and no one can ever replace me. I'm irreplaceable. And I'm here for for you that are here watching me. That's who I'm here for. So thank you for being here. And I'm glad that I'm here doing this for you. So let's see. I always put my power and trust in others because I thought they knew better than me. Yep. Because they got more experience. What resulted from it is self repression and happiness. I know. Yeah. Join the club, buddy. And so many people do it. And it's not a bad thing that you did it or that I did it, meaning put our trust more in another person. That is what we're taught. Okay, we're all programmed to respect authority, to respect the elders, the wise ones, the doctors, the people with the letters, the people. That's why I'm going to do my coaching program, and whoever wants to sign up. And yeah, it will be an investment, because I'm going to teach you how to be a badass coach and how to start the business and get it up running. So yeah, it's going to cost an investment for you, but you will be able to do it on your own. I don't care where in the world you are and what language you do, you will be able to do it on your own. But you don't need a degree to be a coach. There's no certification that you need. There is no licensing body. But trust me, I have, with all the degrees that I do have in psychology and all the licensing and states and requirements and all that crap, you don't need to do any of that as a coach. There is nothing and no one stopping you from being a coach. You don't have to have it. So I'm like, why wouldn't I put out all this information? I have so much training, so much background. I'm going to put a program together that is accessible for anybody that wants it. And when you're done with my program, you will be so freaking qualified to help anyone, because you're going to go through it first. And I'm going to see to it. Let's see. Mental diet is not the same thing. Marianne, I hope you watched the video from the beginning. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Miguel. Oh, thank you. Hi, Stephanie. Okay. You guys are awesome. All right, my loves. You're still looking for him, Sonia. If you're looking and you're wondering, that right there is showing you that you're more focused on him than you. I'm not saying you're not doing your self-concept, but you're more focused on him than you are you, because you want most of the focus to be on you, right? I want all of you to think about the last thing you manifested. I don't care if it was a freaking sticker, a pen. I don't care what it was. Okay. I want the most recent thing you can think of that you manifested. Go ahead. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds. I want you to think about the last thing that you manifested that's very clear in your mind. Doesn't matter what it is. Sticker, pen, pencil, coffee, doesn't matter. You have it in your mind. Okay, now I want you to think about right before you received it, meaning you got it, you touched it, smelled it, whatever, right? Right before you received it, how did you feel right before you received it? Like you didn't even know it was coming. How did you feel? What did your body feel like? How did you feel right before you received it? Well, as you think about something desirable, okay, just something that you actually want. Yeah, we manifest everything, but I'm asking you to think about the last thing you received, something that you actually wanted or that you manifested. But I want you to focus on how you felt right before you received it, like you didn't know. What else? Keep going, you guys. I want to hear what you guys felt. Keep writing. This is so helpful. Keep writing how you guys felt right before you received the thing that you manifested. Because there's a thread in here. Yeah. Because you weren't thinking. I guarantee you guys, you were not thinking about the manifestation. You weren't even thinking. You were just, or you were probably thinking about something completely else, but you were feeling. Okay. Surrendered, normal, going about my day, not really thinking about it, relaxed. Yeah, and I'm talking before you even got it. Not when you got it, but right before you got it. Let's see, it wasn't didn't think about it, only me, not think about it anymore. Yeah, so what I'm trying to get you guys to do is to think about what it felt like what you felt like right before you got it. Okay. You weren't thinking about it. You weren't thinking, I always get what I want. I know it's going to come. I know it's going to happen. It's done. It's done. You weren't doing anything. I guarantee you guys, most of you were not doing that. Right. You guys were feeling something right before it came. Okay. Because that feeling is, I love sunshine. That feeling is what you're after. That feeling of right before you got that last manifestation, that is what you're after. That is what you want to feel. That feeling is the secret, what Neville says, okay? And what people are saying, living in the end. Okay. So that feeling you had right before that manifestation came in, you were probably like totally like oblivious to what was going on. And you're like, huh? What? Like, what? You're like that. Think about it. So when you wanting to live in the end state, when you want to feel it, when you want to feel the wish fulfilled, right? I want you guys like throughout the day, I want you to start purposely practicing that feeling you had right before you received your last manifestation. What you were feeling, not what you were thinking, but what you were feeling. And you're going to notice that you were probably doing something different, talking to someone on the phone, whatever. You were just like your body, like notice what your body was feeling right before that manifestation came in. Notice what the body was, what it was probably relaxed and almost like indifferent, bored, like do like whatever. It's like, oh, let me write this check out. Right. It was very like surrendered. This is what this is what people are always trying to describe. Okay. They're trying to describe this feeling. Okay. It's not the feeling of, I'm so in love, I'm so rich. It's like, no, it's this feeling. Because right before you received your last manifestation, that is the mode that you want to be in. So then what can you do? You can ask yourself, what can I do right now, today, that will help me feel relaxed? that will help me feel neutral, normal, indifferent, whatever that, however you describe your feeling. Okay. Because I can say words, but these are not the words that I want you to manifest. I want you to actually ask for help to get you into that feeling of what it was like right before you received what you wanted, because that is unique to you. There's not a standard, there's not a common thing going on here. It's you. It's only for you because you know what it feels like. I can't tell you what it feels like. That's why I did this little exercise with you, because you know what it felt like. So I want you to ask your higher self to have for help to show you how to be in that mode. You cannot stay in that mode all day long. Don't even try to create that expectation that you can achieve that all day long, because come on, you have feelings, you have emotions, and it's okay for you to feel them. Okay. So, but I want you to play around with that feeling more and more and more and more. Instead of focusing on the manifestation, focusing on technique, focusing on what you want, focus on the whatever it is, right? That, what is that feeling like? Oh, yeah. Because doesn't it feel good to think that you can be in that mode most of the day, right? That you can feel relaxed and you just chill and different, neutral, like, yeah, whatever. But if you try to force that feeling, good luck's going to backfire you, because you can't lie to the universe. You can't fake it, right? It already knows how you feel, everything. It even knows when you're faking it, okay? You can't trick it. So you can't trick your power. So admit it. So if you feel like you're forcing or faking it or trying to make it happen, right? Admit it. Say, oh my God, I am totally, admit it. I'm totally trying to force and fake this feeling of surrender. I admit it. I'm totally trying to fake it. Admit it, because that is too, is allowing yourself to be yourself. It's allowing. You're like, ugh, okay, I'm just going to not try to do this right now because I'm totally faking it and I'm going to invest in it. And then ask for help. How can I just naturally do this in a gentle way that it doesn't feel forced, right? And you will get the answer. You will get the results. You will be shifted. Whatever has to happen for you to achieve that, you will feel it. Okay. So, all right. You felt peace. Yes. Yes. I got this house. I was like, oh my God, I wanted this. And then I realized that, Sonia, you did not pay anything and you have the keys. Yeah. But I'm talking about before you got the house, right? Before you got the house. And however that is, like, that's what you want to do. Because there was a moment where you're like excited, like maybe you were excited and you're like, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this. But then there was a moment where that wasn't happening and you hadn't received the desire. You're going to find that there is this state of indifference, peace, neutral. Okay. Yes, wasn't thinking about it, doing something else. Yeah. Hi, Kelly Brown. SD, I love you. Don't engage in convo, and SP is awesome. I really appreciate it. Hi, you guys. You guys are so cute. Hey, Kristen. How are you? All right, you guys. So I hope that all this information was helpful. If you just joined in, you can go to the beginning where I talk about how coaching can be very beneficial. Highly recommend it, and what to look out for. I shared with you my stories on what didn't work for me, and actually that kept me stuck when I listened to certain coaches, and how that can help you. And then about shifting your self-concept and what that feels like, how you know you're shifting, some things to look out for, things that are normal, and not, it doesn't happen to everybody. Okay. So you can go back and watch the video when I upload it right now, and that way you guys can get what you need to get out of it. Okay. So, I hope that one day we can have a cup of coffee in real life, or should I say, I'm looking forward to it. There you go. That's more like it. I love it. I love it. Yes. Have a great week. Thank you guys. I love you guys for being here. And so yeah, if you guys are interested, like I said, I do my email coaching, and if you're wanting to do 90 days, And if you want to get on my list for my coaching program coming up soon, just send me an email, rose@roseylife.com, and I will add you to the list. I already have several people on the list, and I have not even opened it up yet, right? I'm still finishing up the program. I'm not sure how long it's going to be. It's probably going to be about I don't know if it's between 4 and 6 months long, because there's so much content and information that I want to put in there, because I want everyone to feel transformed, prepared, and then setting all the business end of it up. I'm going to be teaching all of that. Okay. So it's a lot of content that I'm putting up in this program. So if you're interested, let me know. All right, my loves, please like and comment and share if you want. If not, it's cool, because you guys are here and that's who I made this video for. I love you so much. Bye.